Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Hope you are doing very nice. Okay, let's get started. So today's agenda is about cloud computing. What is the cloud computing? So we are gonna discuss about the cloud computing. Let's get started. That what is cloud computing? Okay. So this is our agenda. We will be going through this session all these steps or the topics. So first we will look at the what is data center. Next is introduction to virtualization, how the virtualization and what the virtualization. Next is the cloud computing. So we will be discussing about the cloud computing, that what is the cloud computing. Underneath, that is the advantage of the cloud computing. What is the cloud computing advantage over the data centers? Next is type of cloud computing. Next is the type of cloud services, and what is shared responsibility model. Okay. Let's discuss about the data center, right? So what is data center, right? Many people don't know about data centers, right? Who is from the non-IT background or right? So data center is just a facility, right? A building which is made up of network computers, right? Which has the networking, which has the storage system and the computing power and many more IT devices being used, right, to build a information technology infrastructure, right, for the businesses and the other organization, which is used to organize, process and store large amount of data, right? So this kind of the just like the we have the servers and storage and networking devices. So that is all about, right, which is placed into a well facilitated building that is called a data center, right, where will be the data would be stored. Okay. Next, it's come to the virtualization. So what is virtualization, right? so virtualization, right? So what is virtualization? Virtualization use the software, right, to create an abstraction layer over the computer hardware that allow the hardware element of a single computer, right, processor, memory, storage and more component, right, to be divided into multiple virtual computers, commonly called as just like the virtual machines or VMs. Just like earlier what happened that in the ancient days we had a data center, and in the data center we had only one system, right, one server, where we were going to install the operating system. Just like we had the physical machines, underneath we installing the operating system, and on that we were just running any kind of the applications. So this is all about the this is all about the single server. But when it's come to the virtualization, so just like the VMware or the Oracle VirtualBox, so this kind of the hypervisor software came into the pictures, and what they were doing just that on the host physical machines they were going to install a hypervisor, right, on this host operating system. On that, that's just like Zen or KVM, they will install the hypervisor, and underneath that what we can do, we can create a guest VM just like the standalone VM on top of that hypervisor, right? So we can create multiple VMs on the single IT server, or the we can say computing power, right? So we can divide it into the different guest VMs. So this is all about the virtualization. And after that it's come to the cloud computing. So cloud computing is just like the on-demand delivery of the IT resource, right, and that is over the internet with the pricing as pay you as you go. Just like whatever you are using, you have to pay for that only. You don't need to use, or you don't need to buy the in advance any hardware or server. Just like in the data center what we had to do, that we had to buy the servers, right, in case let's suppose we have a running application, right, and in a week that is running just like the normal the business days, right, but on the weekends the business traffic increase suddenly, so we need the more server. So what we have to do, we have to buy the server and we have to keep running the whole whole week. But in the cloud, what we have, we can auto scale, right? There is a computing power or the computing feature, right, which we can use. So whenever the traffic going to increase, we can add more server, or when the traffic is going down, we can decrease the number of server. And that is only as a pay as you go, just like whatever you are using, pay only for that, right? So just like instead of buying and owning, maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology service such as computing power, just like the servers, storage, databases, as on needed, right? Basis from the cloud provider like the Amazon Web Services, AWS, GCP, Azure. So this just like the whatever we are accessing the server and the storage on the data center, right? So what we can use the power of internet, and we can access the all the resources, right, from anywhere, anytime. That is all about the cloud computing. There are many advantages over the data center, because it is cost saving, it is providing security, it is very flexible, it's mobility, you can use from anywhere, right? It give more insight, right, about the resources and all that. We have the different kind of the portals, so we can have a look on from there, and we can get the details from there. Collaboration between the teams, quality control, disaster recovery, loss prevention, sustainability, these are the main advantages of the cloud computing. Then we can have a discuss on the types of cloud computing. So there are 3 types of the cloud, right? So that is called, one is called public cloud, second is private cloud, and the hybrid cloud. So what is public cloud? Public cloud means that anyone can use that cloud, right? If you need the resource, you can buy. You just need to create, and you can start using the VMs or server or database, networking, whatever you want. Private cloud, that is specific to any organization or any company, right? So that is only accessible through that company only. That is not accessible to any other. Hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud is just like the combination of multiple cloud, right, or data centers and all. Just like we have application running, and that their infrastructure, IT infrastructure is built. Some part is built in AWS, some part is built in a GCP, some part is built in Azure, and some part is running on the on-prem data center. So that is called as a hybrid cloud. Next, we talk about the types of cloud computing. So just like in the cloud, we have the 3 type of service. One is infrastructure as a service, second is platform as a service, and third as a software as a service. So in the infrastructure of a service, what we have to do, that we have to manage everything, just like the cloud vendor will manage only for the hardware and the hypervisor. Apart from that, OS, applications, security, networking, all we have to manage. In the platform as a service, they will give us platform, just like this is for specific to the developer, just like they need any platform, right, to build their application, just like they need a Python platform, right? So they can have a platform to build a service. So that is for the platform as a service. And third is the software as a service, just like we are not using any kind, or we are only responsible for our data and the username and password, right? So just like the Gmail, Google Photos, right, Google Contacts, there are a lot of other services as well. So these are just like the software as a service. We are just managing our data, nothing else, right? So that is called as a cloud computing. This is something called as a shared responsibility model. So in the on-prem, if you see, right, so we manage whole thing, right? Storage, networking, compute, virtual machine, operating system, runtime, application, data and access, everything we have to manage. But when it comes to the cloud, so infrastructure as a service, what we manage the virtual machine, operating system, runtime, application, and data and access. So storage, networking. So networking also sometimes we manage, but that is in the networking devices or hardware layer, right? That is being managed by the cloud vendor. When it comes to the platform as a service, so only we have to run or manage the data and access and the applications. Apart from that, all the things the server will be patching, the operating system will be provided, license, networking, everything will be managed by the cloud provider. And as in the software as a service, only data and access we have to manage, right? Apart from that, everything will be managed in the managed by the cloud vendor, just like the Gmail, right? So only in the Gmail, what we are using, we are just creating a username and a password, and we are managing our emails and all that, right? Apart from that, we are not managing application, we are not managing runtime, operating, virtual machine, compute, networking, all that we are not managing. So this is all about the shared responsibility model. And thank you for your time to watch my video. Please subscribe my channel for supporting me and to get a similar more videos. Thank you for your time. Okay, bye bye, take care.